7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, welcome everybody. Chris, how are you, man?
Outstanding, of course.
All right, cool.
As always.
Well, it's Interfleet Broadcasting here. I'm New York Pete. Of course, my co-host is Chris, also known as the Tipsy Toaster.
Yo.
And let me thank everybody up front for tuning in to our pop culture and sci-fi entertainment channel known as IFB. And full disclosure, Chris and I grew up watching 70s, 80s TV movies, comics, and cartoons. And yes, I am like, I think 8 months older than Chris is, but that's neither here nor there. Yes. We happen to be big Battlestar Galactica fans, starting from the originals and including the franchise. And we're happy that you're tuning in. Thanks for joining us. I know there's a bunch of you on already. And as you come up, I'm going to call you out. And we have plenty of things to tell you about. There is a lot of updates. And we're going to have an author tonight, another author, Scott Warren. And we're going to tell you about Dragon Con. We got Dragon Con update for you. Really cool stuff. And some of the other things. There's other things brewing. So we're going to keep you up to speed.
We have Bran and we have Chris.
Mr. Feehan from the Empire City Garrison, the 501. And Bran is here from Star Trek, Starfleet Association, and he is now Admiral Bran, so that's very cool. And yeah, so
and if we have
we
time,
got plenty.
we'll be going into a comic book.
Yes,
Folly of the
time
Gods,
permitting, right?
Is got
permitting.
some amazing artwork in it.
Oh, absolutely.
Just stunning.
Oh, it's just incredible. So,
and maybe
let me see. We
go ahead.
There's a bunch. There's a bunch of the guys are on already,
Is this
and I
echo
just
base?
want to try to.
Is there an echo?
I don't hear your echo.
Okay.
Does anybody else have the echo? Because I
just want to make sure Robert's not saying we're having an echo, because he says, "Is this echo base?" I'm like, "Uh-oh."
Oh, all right. Well,
because I did change some settings. I need to know if we are echoing.
Paul,
we are.
Dave Francoeur, Chuck Davenport, and who else?
Yes, there's an echo.
Lola,
Okay.
of course, Lola's here. Rob Baum, Susan, Kim Harms. Kim just said, yes, there's an echo. So, guys,
now
thanks
there
for
shouldn't
tuning
be.
in. All right. What now?
How about
now a mediocre modeler says I'm echoing.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't be echoing now. I just changed it back to what it was before.
Okay, so...
I was playing with some audio settings, and that was...
Dave says yes on Pete's transmission, reverb on Pete.
Yep, Meteor
yes,
says it's
reverb.
gone. Yep.
All right, is it
I
good
fixed
now?
it. I fixed it,
Thank
okay?
All right, good. Mediocre Modeler, thank you for joining us. Everyone is here with us that should be, and everybody's checking in. Good, guys. As you come on, I'm going to give you guys a shout out. And boy, it's been busy.
Yeah, no kidding.
We have actually cut the trailer for the Stranded Warrior, and we're going to debut the trailer. It'll be a world premiere at Dragon Con. So you guys that are coming to Dragon Con will get to see it first. We have a panel, so we're doing great, and we'll tell you more after we actually have our liquid refreshments and toast to the fans. So
there you go, Pete.
Yeah.
I will pull you up, and we will
Yeah,
read.
here, look.
We are going back with our theme of Christmas in July, because we have we have some Christmas beers that we need to finish out. This is a spiced winter seasonal beer from Two Silos Brewing Company, brought to you by Fran's Wallet. Thank you, Fran.
Thank you, Fran.
To round out the holiday season, we've brought back a limited run of our popular gingerbread ale. This spiced winter seasonal is crafted with ginger, cinnamon, and clove for any festive occasion. The holiday spices are complemented with biscuit. What? With biscuit and that's what it says. Biscuit and caramel spicy malts for a delectable nostalgia in every glass. Handcrafted in Virginia, Manassas, Virginia, 2 Silos Brewing Company.
Cool.
7.2% alcohol by volume. And they got a cool little gingerbread man on the front. So let's see what it tastes like. Yeah,
they do. Yeah. Well, let's find out.
So here we go. Ready?
Right now. Let's do it. Come on.
One,
right, 1, 2, 3. Whoa.
Woo. Oh, wow. It smells like gingerbread.
Oh, yeah, it does.
All right. Let's see see what it looks like here. See how dark it is.
Go.
And go.
It's not that dark.
Nope.
Oh, it smells good. Wow.
Actually, it does smell really good.
Yeah. Whew, that's nice, guys.
Not as dark
very nice
as I normally like it, but we'll see.
No, it's pretty good. All right.
Wow, it's really got a smell to it. That's what it tastes like. Yeah. So anyways, every week we toast to the fans. The fans, the authors, the people who create the worlds that we love to play around in and think about and write fan fiction over and buy stuff of and everything else. So, it's the fans who are the ones who keep pushing the fandoms. It's not just the actors. It's not anybody else. It is the fans that fuel the fleet. So here's to the fans, the people who create the fandoms. To you.
Yes. And here's to you guys. Sean Shallow and everybody else, all you guys, to you. Ooh. Oh, my God.
No, McCoy, it's not 7%, 2%. It's 7.2%.
Dude, what the heck's that? What is this?
That's pretty good.
Wow.
That's what it is.
Yeah?
That's pretty damn good. You don't like it?
No, I don't.
Well, drink it anyways and shut up.
No, you shut up. Cylon, man.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
Yeah. So, hey, there's a bunch of stuff going on. And one of them is you and I have signed up to vote for the Dragon Awards. So for those of you that are going...
Everybody else can sign up too.
You can, but, if you do, you then can cast a vote for, the best that's out there in...
Best author, best,
authors, all that stuff. So we're signed up and we will be voting. So we're going to be part of the Dragon Awards. So those of you that are interested, it's free. Just go there and sign up. I think it's well worth our time. So
right there.
There you go. That is so cool, guys. So us fans get the opportunity through DragonCon to actually vote for the nominees, and I think it's very cool. So for those of you that are interested,
they've got some changes this year. Oh wow! PC, console, and mobile game, board game, miniatures, CCG. Oh wow! And best illustrative book cover is one, and they removed the media tie-in and military fantasy and sci-fi categories. So that sucks. Comic book and graphic novel. Best comic book and graphic novel.
Okay.
So all of these different awards that they can give out here. So
that's really cool.
Promote your writers, artists, and game designers.
So Chris, have you ever
nominate, register to vote right here?
Do this?
Mm-hmm. Oh, usually we'll see a lot of the artists. I think a number of years, one of the people we've had on our show, he wrote the Battlestar Galactica comic.
You're talking about J.J. Miller.
Yeah, John Jackson Miller has won.
Yeah, he won one.
A couple, yeah.
Yeah. James McCoy, man.
Yeah, so I think here's last year's recipients, as a matter of fact. Maybe.
Thank you, Tim. Appreciate it. Thanks for hopping on.
So James S.A. Corey So he won the science fiction novel, best young adult, best military science fiction. Alternate history. These are all
cool
last year.
Very cool stuff.
Timothy Zahn, tie-in novel, best comic book, Immortal X-Men. So
he's always out there because he's
best
in
science
business,
fiction or fantasy TV series was Stranger Things.
Okay, all right. Oh, Dune.
Yeah, best fiction science fiction or fantasy movie, it should say, or.
All right, cool, man. So come on, guys. You know, if you get a chance, sign up. So
mobile
the
game.
big, Deborah Ann, thank you for joining us live. We appreciate all of you coming on. We're over the 10,000 mark, marching closer to 11,000. Thank you everybody for doing that. Really appreciate that. Dragon Con is on. I'm officially a screener for the Brooklyn, New York Science Fiction Festival. Yes, film festival. I was trying to remember if it was it's not short. It's just a film festival. So I'll be doing that coming up for their film festival. No, the Stranded Warrior will not be participating in that. We're not qualified for that anyway. Yeah. But we're doing that, and that's pretty cool. So I just thought that would be interesting to see some of the stuff that's out there, right? Some of the stuff's being created. So I'll be screening that, working with them. I'm looking forward to that. So that's really cool. But I think the biggest announcement is the fact that we are going to be on a panel. We're going to be running our own panel for the Stranded Warrior at Dragon Con.
Yep. We talked about that last week.
And we got it. It's official. It's official. We sent up the write-up. I was going to say, let me just bring out Chris who's coming, right? Yeah, so we know for fact that Mr. George Zuvalos, right, who is the star, Captain Martin, award-winning filmmaker, writer, actor, director, he's going to be there on the panel with us. Diana Durango is going to be there. Let me see. There's another. Who else is coming up? George Kirikopoulos, our cinematographer, is going to be there, and Fran will be on our panel as well. So superfan Fran Severin will also be on the panel. I'll be emceeing with the Tipsy Toaster. So we're looking forward to that. And we're going to debut 5 additional cards. So 5 more TSW trading cards, number 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. They're going out to the printers very, very soon, hopefully by tomorrow.
Actually, got that numbering wrong because it starts with 00.
Yeah, it starts with 00.
So
it goes from 1.
No.
The last card we have is number 10.
Did we make 11 cards? I guess we did.
We made 11 cards, but the first one is numbered 00. So it's not.
Okay, gotcha.
Right? So that's why we have 5 more. And so it'll be 00, but it goes to 15 because there's a 00 and that's the poster. So 5 more cards, man. It's going to be incredible. So anybody that come on out and you'll get your order. You'll get the cards, and you'll have them autographed because the guys will have them autographed. And
then afterwards, they're going to help.
We're also having a trivia.
Yep.
Right. There's a trivia contest.
Battlestar Galactica trivia.
Yes, all franchises. So
all franchises, including Galactica 1980. That's right.
Yes, so that's right.
New Battlestar Galactica, and I think we're actually going to throw in some really interesting. This year, we're going to throw in some different stuff like Battlestar Galactica toys.
Let me tell you something. Right now, I want to thank Rob Baum, our unofficial fact checker. He volunteered. Yes, thank you, sir, because he volunteered to help out with the trivia, and he came up with some really, really good questions for that. So I'm looking forward to it. I've been reading them; they're fantastic. So
we'll share them later. Just kidding.
He's got a doozy. He's got some doozy questions in there. Absolutely. So Rob, this one's to you. Thank you very much.
So come on, Pete, drink that thing. You don't like it, drink it anyways.
Oh my God, it tastes nasty. So the actors are going to stay for the trivia, and they're going to help us out with that. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
I'll read some of the questions off, and we'll have a good time.
It's going to be great.
And then we'll have prizes too.
Oh yeah. Rob, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. Some of us don't get to go to Dragon Con. Kim.
Sorry, Kim.
You know what, Kim?
We can run that after Dragon Con, we can run that
Yeah.
as a standalone. I can put it up to where they can do it on their own, or we'll figure it out. We'll do something.
Chris, why don't we do this? Traditionally, September 17th, that's when we actually celebrate Battlestar Galactica Day, and that's when IFB starts the new season. We almost always, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's a tradition.
We do a trivia there.
Trivia. So guess what?
But we can't use the same trivia questions because
no, we're not. We'll have other trivia questions, and we'll do it on that 17th, and we'll have prizes as well. We're supporting the auction.
Did we hear back from Larson yet?
No, we did not.
Okay, we'll have to reach back out again.
Yeah. So we have to. We'll send out a reminder and make sure that Eric comes back. Eric is a big supporter, so I'm sure he's going to be coming back. So we'll let you know, though, Kathleen. Thank you for joining us.
And you know what we ought to do on that same day is release the trailer for everybody else.
Oh, yeah. Guess what? That's what we're doing. George K., thank you for tuning in, buddy. We look forward to having you on the panel at Dragon Con. So your name is listed, and you're going to be one of the celebrities up on the panel, and it's going to be wonderful, man. It's Dragon Con. I'm still wrapping my head around the fact that we're going and we're doing this, and that they gave us both the panel and the trivia. We'll be doing both, as well as doing some of the interviews. We're going to be doing a get-together, right, Chris? We're going to have we're going to all get together for dinner at some point, and then we're also going to have our famous picture, right? Battlestar Galactica picture that we do
on the Sunday. The picture.
Yes, Sunday is the picture on the steps. But before that, we're going to be doing a dinner, so we'll figure out when that dinner is going to happen. And all you guys are invited, and I'm looking forward to having George K. autograph his card, his TSW card as Lieutenant Costa, so that we can actually add that to my collection, and hopefully you guys will come out and you'll be able to get those as well. And it's just going to be awesome. It really, really is. So if you guys, any of you come out, look us up. We'll tell you exactly where we're going to be. So there's things happen. The trailer, I know you're going to be pleasantly surprised when you see this trailer.
Yep. It's only a minute long, minute and 14 seconds, but it's only a minute long.
14 seconds. It is original music soundtrack. Thank you, award-winning sci-fi author Dorian Keyes, who's also a musician, put together an original soundtrack for us and for the film, but for the trailer. And our CG guys, Chuck and Chris and Ken, thank you so much for doing all the work that you're doing. Everybody's going to get to see this wonderful piece that we're working on, and we're so proud of what we're doing and excited. You guys are all going to like it. So I had a discussion with Chuck, and we were discussing, what the heck is going to happen with the actors and whether they're showing up. And it seems that SAG is allowing actors as themselves to promote themselves, but not anything.
Their franchises.
The franchises that are being struck.
So like Aniston Mount from Star Trek would say, "Hey, I'm Aniston Mount, and the pictures I sign will only be of him, not his Star Trek stuff."
Yeah. So
they're
coming.
That.
Yeah,
which could be really interesting because it could be a picture that he never does again. He may autograph a picture that it's a home picture of him. It may not. It may be like a headshot that he has, and he doesn't do that normally at any other convention or something. So.
Oh yeah.
My people, the people I'm going to go look for is I'm definitely going to go find Nathan Feehan from Firefly. So that's my
brown coats. All right,
yeah, brown coats, baby.
Right. Yep.
I got to go
Eric,
get him.
Thanks for joining us.
I don't have his autograph, and I've never met him, so I kind of want to meet with him.
Oh yeah. So George K., everyone on TSW team is super talented. Thank you for everyone's hard work and time. So for all you guys that are not sure on some of what's what yet, but George K. not only co-starred, but he was cinematographer on our TSW production. So, and then of course George, like we said, is going to be at the panel. He's going to autograph his cards, and everybody gives them. We're giving them away as promotional items that Chris and I are funding personally, just because we want to. I mean, we're
they're
collectors.
Cool. That's why
they're super cool.
I'm trying to find a place where I can get an
Steve.
embossed. I want a personalized embossed card, but
well, you want yours to be actually like silvered. You want it to be.
I want it to be embossed and.
Yeah.
Actually, it would be cool to find one of those companies. Remember back in the day, you would open up certain packs of gum and things like that, and they had the 3D image where it moved when you moved it.
How expensive that is?
That would be so cool.
Super expensive.
Especially Count Abley.
Yeah, so that you'd have
you could say,
that'd be so cool.
The pig face and the regular one.
Oh, absolutely. Michael Morlock, thank you for joining. Steve McCormick, and I'm looking for Alexi. If you're on, you need to put up a comment because I'm looking for you, buddy. There's so many things going on.
Do we have anybody on? I only see Facebook. Are you seeing anything from anybody else?
I am not.
Okay, I just want to make sure I'm not doing something wrong.
The only way I do that is I'd have to go into my restream is just not working properly. I don't know what's going on, but
maybe it's only people on Facebook tonight. I don't know.
I don't know. Let me just quickly jump on and let's see what's going on over on the world of YouTube. Let's see who's on YouTube. Fran, Superfan Fran. What's up, Fran? All right.
Cool. Why it's not coming up on this one.
Fran's here. Fran, remember you're going to be on the panel with us, so that's going to be awesome. And let's see. Hello, fellow peeps. Kathleen, how are you? Thanks for joining us. Oh, so I did want to mention this, guys. Chris and I have been working very hard on the perks. So we're working on everything.
Yep.
All of you that were kind enough to support us and TSW, Stranded Warrior, the perks, we're getting it all together and we're getting everything signed. We're getting the hoodies ready for order, the special order on those, and putting it all together. Obviously, we're not going to be releasing the... we were supposed to have, we do have, is a PDF of the script. So those of you that qualified will be getting that, but we're going to hold off just a little bit till we actually release the film. And there's a recording of one of our table reads that some of you actually are going to get as well. So we're holding off on that. And so we did go to, we had a meeting with our editor. And so he's going to actually start working on the actual film itself within a matter of days. He's going to get it and he's going to start putting things together for us. We've outlined the whole thing. We labeled everything. So this is the update. We're like steps away from having the trailer all set and ready to go. And then, of course, the Stranded Warriors is going to happen, guys. Oh, and by the way, we actually also have set it up so that we are going to be entering various film festivals. So we want to share that with you as well. So we have a long list of film festivals. So that's happening. So we're going to have a lot of fun with this. We're very proud of what we've done, and I want to thank everybody, Chris, again for helping us out and doing that.
Amazing fans, amazing people.
Absolutely. So what else? Okay, cool. Let's bring him on. Hey, Chris, what's up, man?
Hi,
welcome.
Guy. Nice to see you.
Hey.
Yeah, likewise. So we know that the convention is a big to do, but there's definitely always going to be Star Wars news. So let us have it.
Let's talk about the Star Wars stuff first, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about some of my experiences at Galaxy's Edge, and then about our big upcoming convention this weekend. But first, let me start with the Star Wars news. As we mentioned last time, The Mandalorian Season 3 finished up with a bang. Everybody seemed to be very happy about how they brought in a lot of Mando action. They brought in some really high-quality writing, some really high-quality action, and Grogu's cuteness level off the charts. So I think it was a pretty much crowd-pleasing season. I don't think there was much to complain about. And for those of you interested, just the end of last month, I think the beginning of this month, they did drop a Mandalorian Season 3 Disney Gallery episode. So it's like a documentary behind the scenes on Season 3. So that's very interesting to watch, to see some of the behind the scenes, see some of the directors who worked on it this season, and kind of get a feel for where it's going. They don't reveal very much, and they haven't confirmed anything about Season 4. But I love those behind the scenes documentary shows, and they do a really good job on those Disney Gallery series. And if you haven't seen it already, the ILM Light and Magic documentary, which I think was 6 parts, was absolutely incredible, all about the formation of Industrial Light and Magic. So if you haven't checked that out, definitely check that out as well. Really, no other big news going on. There's Star Wars Vision Season 2 had premiered, The Young Jedi Adventures. We did get a new look at Ahsoka. They released a new full trailer, which was very exciting and had some new shots, including Lars Mikkelsen as Thrawn. So everybody pretty much lost their minds over seeing him in live action as Thrawn. So it's only 34 days away. Not that I'm counting.
How many minutes and seconds?
Yeah,
of course.
We can look forward to Ahsoka, and it was also revealed that they're doing a 2-episode premiere. So episode 1 and 2 will premiere on August 23rd. So we'll get a real feel for the series, I think, in those first 2 episodes and see where it's going. And I'm hoping that's going to be a real nice follow-up to The Mandalorian to tide us over. Because I have to say, as I mentioned last time, the other series coming out, not that thrilled about. Skeleton Crew with Jude Law is probably going to drop late fall, early winter. And I got to tell you, I'm not that enthusiastic about it. It looks very kiddie, almost like a tween show. Not incredibly excited about it. The Acolyte, really an unknown, and that's going to premiere sometime next year. We'll have to wait and see how that plays out and if that's any good. The other show that's been talked about that everybody kind of forgot about, I don't even think I've mentioned it, is Lando. The Lando series that was announced in, I think, 2020 or 2021. There's been absolutely no word, and Disney has not given any follow-up information about it or anything about what's going on with it. The writer for the show, the head writer on the show, basically has said there's been no movement on it since basically 2020. So I would take that to mean that it's probably at a dead stop, and we'll have to see if it ever does come to see the light of day. So right now I'm going to assume that that's pretty much on the back burner, and we have to just look forward to the shows that we know are in production and coming out, like Andor Season 2, The Acolyte, Skeleton Crew, and most likely a Mandalorian Season 4. Some other things we should be aware of that are going on in Star Wars. San Diego Comic-Con is coming up this weekend. We might get some information there about some of these upcoming series and maybe a Lando announcement there. But also on that front, there's a lot going on with the toys. Hasbro is celebrating its 100th anniversary this year, and they're celebrating it in style with a bunch of exclusives at San Diego Comic-Con, including a black chrysanthemum figure, which is the Wookiee that was in The Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett. He's going to be an exclusive figure to San Diego Comic-Con that they're coming out with. Looks really detailed, really cool. They're also announced some other toys that are coming out this year, including a whole line of Ahsoka toys, including a new Ahsoka figure and an Ahsoka headdress, a Mandalorian, which I couldn't understand, lightsaber forge set that looks like a combination of his gun and a lightsaber. I don't know what they're thinking with that, but I guess kids will buy just about anything with a Mandalorian on it. And they're also coming out with a new Jabba's Palace base station. If you remember way back in the original Kenner line, there was a base with a Jabba the Hutt on it.
Yeah.
That is now serves as Boba Fett's throne. They're coming out with a new set of that. It's like the base and Jabba the Hutt that's going to be coming out for this year to celebrate their 100th anniversary. So there are a couple of interesting throwback items coming out this year. We'll have to wait and see what else they have on the docket and what else they're going to be announcing at San Diego Comic-Con. Still no word on the movies, except that we've heard that due to the strikes that are going on now with the writer's strike and now the SAG also joining in with them, that the movies have been pushed back to the earliest December 2026, and I'm sorry, May 2026 and December 2026. So we have a long time to wait for any Star Wars movies. We'll just have to be patient and hope they get their acts together and hope that this strike is resolved quickly and amicably between the writers, the actors, and the studios. I think they're really digging in their heels. A lot of it's about residuals and about streaming rights. The new wrinkle that just came to light was about CGI imagery and CGI likenesses of people being used in perpetuity by the studios, and that's a really hot topic, especially for actors. Having the studios having the ability to steal their likeness and use CGI to use them in perpetuity. So I think it's a very serious issue, and it might take some time to resolve it. So we better be prepared for some delays, not only in the Star Wars universe, but in just about every other media universe at this point. So we can only cross our fingers on that right now. Really no other big Star Wars news. As I said, a lot's been like on hold or in limbo due to the writer's strike, and I think they're being playing it very close to the vest until they resolve those issues. Some interesting things that have happened to me in the past few weeks. I went to California for the first time ever.
Wow.
Got to see the Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland, which was really a trip. It was an unbelievable experience to see it. It's a world called Batuu. It's pretty large and very similar to the one, from what I understand, in Florida. They have a full-size Millennium Falcon that's from the First Order era. It's the one that Rey was flying with the different radar scope on the top. And it was incredible to see it, the scale of it, just the scope of it. They have a ride called Smuggler's Run where you go through an entrance that makes it look like you're walking onto the Millennium Falcon, go into a little cockpit with a total of 6 people and control different controls as they're doing a motion simulator. I found that ride a little distracting. I was so intent on trying to watch the video. It was hard for me to also pay attention to what buttons to hit on the console when you're supposed to hit them when they light up. So I found that one a little distracting because you couldn't really enjoy the motion and the ride because you were constantly fiddling around with buttons and fiddling around with stuff in the cockpit. But as an experience, it was literally like walking onto the Millennium Falcon, getting in the pilot's seat, and going on a mission.
Cool.
So it was a very, very intense ride. For any Star Wars fan, it was just an off-the-hook, incredible experience. Would recommend it to anybody who has any interest in Star Wars. Then we got to ride the Rise of the Resistance ride, which is more of a ride that you ride around on a cart that's independent, not on a track. And it is just a wild ride through a Star Destroyer where you're just riding around trying to escape after the First Order captures you. They capture you, put you in a holding cell. Then somebody breaks you out, has you get on one of these droid transporters, and you go around the Star Destroyer and see all the sights in the Star Destroyer, including giant AT-AT walkers, views from out the portholes, and like a space battle going on. Different characters pop up and try to attack you and shoot at you, and you see lasers flying all over the place. It really felt like you were on your own in a cart going around at high speed through this Star Destroyer. It was an absolutely amazing experience. We actually got to ride it twice. My kids reluctantly let me go the second day and go back just to check it out again. And it was just an incredible experience. My only takeaways from it as a 50-year Star Wars fan was that I was a little disappointed that they used Batuu, some made-up planet. They could have easily made that Tatooine. They could have easily made it Jakku, for crying out loud, something from one of the movies, but they chose to use Batuu. As I mentioned on a previous podcast episode, they did use that same world in the VR game that they have. And I got to say, it was even more surreal playing the VR game and then going to the place. And it looks exactly the same as it does in the game. Was very interesting. But again, I don't know why they didn't use the old world. They didn't use some of the old sets, like maybe go to Jabba's palace, maybe go to some other set pieces from the original Star Wars trilogy. They set it in this fantasy world that's set during the First Order period. So this First Order stormtroopers roaming around, Rey's roaming around. Exclusive to the California park, there's a Mandalorian walking around with a Grogu, which was very impressive because the Grogu was actually kind of animated. And they have some little shops with some exclusive items, including a pyre helmet, like a burnt full-size Darth Vader helmet that sells for about $350. They have some exclusive lightsabers that are pretty high-quality lightsabers. They have just some other tchotchkes that are exclusive to Galaxy's Edge that fit that world. So there's a lot of merchandise to buy, a lot of things to see. They actually don't sell T-shirts or anything like that in the stores. It's all like items. It's all like different items. They sell those T-shirts and other tchotchkes in other stores and outposts within the rest of the park, but not in the actual Galaxy's Edge. It's all like items. There's also a droid building facility where you can make your own droid. There's a lightsaber facility when you can make your own lightsaber. Cool. But it's more of a kiddie lightsaber. It's not the real high quality one that they have in the lightsaber store that they have there. And they have something called Olga's Cafe or Cantina, which is very reminiscent, again, of the Cantina from Tatooine. But it's not the Cantina from Tatooine. It's this made-up one that they made up that looks very much like it, but it's not exactly the Cantina. So I think there was some missed opportunities there for people like me that really would like to have seen a recreation like we saw of the Millennium Falcon in Galaxy's Edge. But having said that, it does feel very Star Wars. It does feel very lived in. It's really an immersive experience. And I was very sad to hear that they are closing, and I don't know if you've heard about this, the Galactic Star Cruiser in Florida.
What?
Yeah.
Wasn't doing well. It was just too darn expensive. The last voyage is going to be the end of September, so they are closing that for good. I'm sure it'll reopen as a hotel or something else, a lower cost experience. The full immersive experience they were trying to provide, I think, was just not family friendly, and I think they outpriced themselves. So that experience is unfortunately no more. But the Galaxy's Edge on its own is just a very cool world to check out, and they did a very good job encapsulating it. When you're in the world, everywhere you look, it just looks like something out of Star Wars. So it's a very, very cool thing to check out, and I recommend any Star Wars fan check it out. Just some tips and tricks for the what they call Genie Plus in Disneyland. It is a royal pain in the behind. You have to work like a soldier to try to get on the Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run ride, and unfortunately, which I thought was so cheesy, the Rise of the Resistance ride, unless you want to wait online for 3 hours plus, you have to pay for. You have to pay to go on that individual ride, and it's $25 a person just to ride that one ride. But of course I did it, and I actually did it twice because I'm such a lunatic. And I was there, and I'm like, what the heck? Let's do it again.
Yeah, you're only there, once.
You're only there, once every, couple of years. I've never been to California. I don't know when I'm going back. So I said, what the hell? I'm going to do it. So we did splurge and go on it a second time because it was such an amazing experience. Rise of the Resistance, I have to say, if you're having any second thoughts about paying the $100, just pay the $100. It's absolutely worth it, and it's really an experience to behold. So great time there. We also ended up checking out Warner Brothers Studios. We checked out a cool place called Icons of Darkness on Hollywood Boulevard that had a lot of movie props and a lot of Star Wars props. That was a very cool place to check out. And then we got to check out Universal and do the whole Universal tour and everything. So that was a very exciting time in California. So I'm exhausted, but it was very, very worth seeing. Now, on the horizon with the 501st and what we're up to, we have a big convention coming up this weekend that we're putting on in conjunction with the Cerebral Palsy Association and other costuming groups, including the Saber Guild, the Long Island Ghostbusters, and other just general costumers who are popular on Instagram and Twitter and other popular platforms. We're doing it all to raise money for the Cerebral Palsy Association. We actually got some named actors to be able to come. We have Rochelle Davis, who played Sarah in The Crow. She's going to be there. We have George Papadimitrios, who's a character actor who's local to our area here in Mineola, Long Island, and he's going to come by. We have Rage and Chaos, the wrestlers from Stronghold Wrestling, Championship Wrestling. So we're really happy to have them. And we have Elizabeth Shepard, who's an actress who's 86 years old, been in 130 movies, including some Vincent Price movies. She's been in The Damien, The Omen 2, and she's been in movies as recently as Amelia with Richard Gere. So she is really a Hollywood icon that's been around for for literally 60 years, acting in various things throughout the years. I can't imagine what she has to say and some of the stories she could tell. So I'm very excited to meet her and have her at the Minicon. We're also going to have a Batmobile. We're going to have a DeLorean there. We're going to have Blast a Trooper, and we're going to have tons of raffles and tons of sales, including some handmade items by the Ladies Council Auxiliary of CP Nassau. They made some little knit items, some little baby Grogus and Mandalorians, and some Star Wars pillows that they crafted by hand with love to sell to raise money for CP Nassau. So it's going to be an incredible time for anyone who wants to check it out. It's free admission, and all the sales there from the table where we're selling snacks, these little tchotchkes, some DVDs and CDs, and some raffles for incredible prizes. All that money is going to go to the Cerebral Palsy Association in Nassau County, so we're very proud to put that on. We've also partnered with the Ghostbusters. You can check them out at Long Island Ghostbusters on Facebook. They have a full-size HasLabs Proton Pack and wand that they're raffling off online. So even if you can't make it to the Minicon, you have until tomorrow at midnight to purchase $10 raffle tickets for a $750 HasLabs full-size Proton Pack and wand.
Wow.
If you're a big Ghostbusters fan, it's really an amazing piece of hardware. It rumbles, it makes the noises, it lights up. It's full-size, not like the cheesy Spirit Halloween one, and it's incredibly detailed. So check it out at Long Island Ghostbusters and try to get your tickets in online. They'll also be sold on site at the Minicon, but it is a raffle that they've been handling for us, that they've been doing a bang-up job, and it is something you can actually participate in without actually being at the con. So come check that out this weekend. It's Saturday, July 22nd at Levittown Hall. If you're in the Long Island area, it's definitely worth checking out and stopping by. Over the summer, we're also going to be doing the LI Tropicon. We're also planning to be at New York Comic Con this year. So come check us out there. And again, if you want to check out anything in the New York area, you can check out 501ecg.com and check us out on Facebook at Empire City Garrison on Facebook. It has all the stuff that we're doing, all the different events that we're working on are all on our calendar on the website. And we make various announcements on our Facebook about different things coming up and reminders about what's going on in our neck of the woods. If you're outside the New York area and you want to check out what's going on with the 501st on an international level, you can check out 501st.com and see what's going on with the 501st in your local area.
Chris, incredible. We did put up your Minicon is on IFB, so
thank you so much for that. It's really a passion project for us. We started it last year. I think I had mentioned on one of the previous podcasts as a fluke, and it just took off last year. We didn't expect it to be such a hit and such a huge, community experience. And this year, I think it's going to be double or triple the size. And it's 5 hours this time instead of 3 hours. It's from 12 to 5. So I think we're going to have costumers from all genres coming by and helping out. We have different people from just about everybody. There's a Captain America coming. There's a Spider-Man coming. There's an Iron Man coming. So it's not just Star Wars. It's a little bit of everything from all different pop culture genres represented at this con.
No, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
We're happy to have you. Grateful that you come by and give us the updates, and we are very happy to also support. So we put up on our website. So if anybody, or our Facebook page on IFB. So if anybody's interested, you could see we have the link up there as well. So we wish you all the best, Chris. And then next time you come by, you'll give us an update on the successes of the Minicon.
Let's hope. We're crossing our fingers.
Oh, absolutely.
I just have one question. So you went there and you did all this stuff, but did you get to the Jar Jar bar?
Oh,
I went to Olga's, whatever that is.
Olga, wait, you didn't make it to the Jar Jar bar. I mean, we need you to go to the Jar Jar bar and let us know how that is.
There. So. You gotta know how to get there.
I mean, I'm like the plague.
Plus, I mean, was there any cool Jar Jar Binks memorabilia? I mean,
thankfully not. I don't think I saw one Jar Jar item.
No wonder these places are closing down. I mean, they're ostracizing the fans of the most important character in all of Star Wars. So
I was very tempted to buy the Darth Vader Pyre helmet, but it's like this big. It's like a helmet on a giant stand, and it's just a melted Darth Vader helmet. And my wife is like, "What the heck are you gonna do with that?" And I told her, "I'll find a place for it." And she's like, "No, you're not. You're not gonna be able to find a place. You already have too much junk." So she talked me out of it, but I still got it watched. Some resellers on eBay that I might end up getting it for my birthday in August. We'll have to see.
There you go.
Yes, absolutely. Well done, Chris. Well done. Thank you again. Always enjoy having you on.
I'm so disappointed though.
Yeah. We're gonna meet up with you at New York Comic Con. We got our tickets,
Fantastic.
so we'll be there, and we always have a good time seeing you there as well. So best of luck.
Planning to be there.
Yep, like I said, you'll come back and let us know how great it was. So thank you.
You got it. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yep. Here's to you, and good luck,
Chris. Yep, absolutely. So, Chris Laskowski from Down Under is with us. Chris, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. And Mike DeBrune and I think a couple of other you guys came in last minute, but thanks for joining us live.
I want to reach out.
Janet Jenkins is on. Let's see who else. I don't want to miss you guys. I like giving the shout outs.
Yeah, I was going to say Mediocre Modeler put something up a little while ago, and it's way up the list now. By the way, we do see the Facebook or the YouTube stuff. There's just not that many people on YouTube. That Mediocre Modeler mentioned, and I totally agree with him. He says he's happy to be back with his Battlestar family people. That we're a family here.
Oh yeah,
that was cool.
Community, no question about it, guys. No question about it, and we're happy that we're doing that. I saw that there was a poll. Somebody put up a poll on one of the Facebook pages, one of the Battlestar Galactica ones, talking about how AI is could be harnessed and used, and opinions and stuff. And I thought that was interesting. How we're trying to see how what the future could hold for one of the various shows that we're really into, which happens to be, of course, Battlestar Galactica. And look, we're so lucky, right? We are very, very lucky that we've built this strong relationship with the commander of the Empire City Garrison, and he can come in and give us the Star Wars update like no one else can. Same thing with Bran Stimpson that comes in, who's an admiral with the Starfleet, the Star Trek International Association, right? So we got that covered, guys, and everybody knows that there's plenty of fan films for all that stuff, but where's our footprint, right? And that's why we're here. So thanks, guys, really appreciate it. And
where's Jar Jar Binks at? Damn it.
Well, he's in your backyard running around somewhere, because I know you probably.
Where's the Jar Jar? We need a Jar Jar Binks fan film right now.
Well, the funny thing is that he has been in. There have been all kinds of fan films made on him, and if you don't already know, you should know that Jar Jar Binks is a product of George Lucas himself, right? So it wasn't his team. It was somebody,
right.
a character that he himself wanted in the film. So I'm not sure what that really
Pete
says.
Should have an entire Jar Jar Binks tattoo on his back. Right? You good with that?
With what?
Just say yes. Just say yes. Just say yes. That's all you have to do.
Oh,
say yes,
God.
Chris.
You're
that is
obsessed.
an amazing idea. I really think matter of fact, I'm going to go do that this weekend. That's what you need to say. Because you didn't hear it,
better.
So you need to say, yes, I'll do that this weekend.
I got to tell you something that's even more interesting. And Rob Baum says, perhaps Marin might emerge now as you haven't mentioned her.
No, I can only see, I have, Rob, I can't mention her too many times because of the court order.
The imagined court order? Yeah, okay.
The court order that she has against me in regards to leave her alone.
Mediocre Modeler, further proof that even George Lucas is not perfect. Absolutely 100%. That is the truth. That is the truth. So, hey, anyway, we're looking forward to all these events that are happening, and there's a lot of conventions popping up all over the place, and we're psyched about it, and hopefully the the SAG and writers strike doesn't have a negative impact on things. I think they're working.
Well,
they're working around it.
I think that instead of saying something like I mean, and I totally agree, but instead of saying something like we hope that the writer's strike doesn't have an effect on us per se, or our our fandoms and everything else, I think it's important to reach out and say it's important that the writer's strike gets solved.
Yes,
they get
in
what
favor.
and they get what they need in regards to
Yes.
in the regarding the reason for the strike. So
Yes.
and if you don't know much about that, go to SAG-AFTRA. There's a nice write-up.
Yeah.
There's a nice write-up on that stuff, as well as and everybody's saying SAG-AFTRA. We don't want to forget the writers as
Guild.
well. Yeah, the Writers Guild as well. So because
for the record,
AI is a scary thing for the writers, and just as much as it is for the everything else. So
for the record, we're supporters of the SAG and the Writers Guild.
Here's to the SAG and AFTRA people and the
right.
Writers Guild. There you go.
We are in support, and just want to let you guys know that is exactly what's going on. So, in fact, our actors that are coming to support the Stranded Warrior, they're coming and they're allowed to promote because it is not one
micro budget.
Yep. Yeah, it's a micro budget, and it's not put out or supported by the industry itself.
Yeah, so which was really interesting. If you read that,
we're able to do that. Yep.
If you read that, it was really interesting that they were encouraging the actors and the writers to go out and find non-mega company films to get involved in. Indie stuff. So I mean, wouldn't that be great? You got Bruce Willis comes up and says, "Hey, I want to be on your film," or something like that, or Marion Jensen comes out of retirement and shows up on my film.
Well, okay.
Wait a minute. My Battlestar Galactica fan film. I better rephrase that correctly, because otherwise I'll get another call from the lawyers.
You're definitely getting a couple of calls. But Dorian, we're still going to rock it. Yes, we are, Dorian. Thank you so much for all your hard work. I don't know if you had a chance to catch earlier in the show. We made sure that we brought up the fact that we were using your hard work in your music talents. And
I can tell you now, Pete, he's seen the trailer.
Oh, has he? Okay. Well, that's fine. The bottom line is that
parts of it, at least.
Parts of it. Well, Dorian, we want to let you know again that we appreciate everything you've done and you continue to do for us, making original music and soundtrack.
And the way it worked into the trailer was...
Oh, my God, it worked perfectly.
Yes.
Oh, it's just incredible. So thank you so much, Dorian, award-winning science fiction author, one of our first guests who actually has a cameo in The Stranded Warrior and has his own card debuting at Dragon Con. So about that. So Dorian, yes, we made a card. And so we are honoring you with your own collectible card that we're going to be distributing at Dragon Card for your character. So there's a little bio on the back of all of them. So those of you that have them, you'll know that picture on the front, and on the back is a little bio with the name of the person. And so
because this is the best card of them all.
It's so cool. It really is cool.
It is. All the bio stuff in the back.
So we have a bio for everybody.
Although we misspelled one bio, so the people who got the first 100 cards of which one was it? The group of people.
Yes, the group. The group. Yes.
So that'll be a collector's item.
It is
5,000 years from now.
That's right. Yes, Dorian, we did make a card for you. So thank you. And as soon as we get them from the printers, you'll have a set of yours. And
we're gonna send those off this weekend, don't we?
Yeah, we've got to get you to autograph some of those so we can take them to Dragon Con for the fans. And so we're psyched. We got a lot of stuff going on, and it's just a lot of fun. So it's just great.
It's what a ride. I mean, we're still on it, and it's still a ride. I mean,
it really is.
So we've played the trailer for a couple of people now, and at the end of it, they were speechless.
They were.
They were like,
They truly were. They were like, what? Yeah.
So I mean,
So
it's even in its even in its not generic form. That's probably not the right word. Even in its basic form,
right?
Without the green screen removal and everything else, we're working on the green screen removal for those pieces. Which, by the way, Chuck, they're coming your way.
Yeah. So
surprise.
We are. It's happening. It's happening, and we're moving forward. And it's taken some time, right? So the whole idea of labeling and sorting and going through the scenes and putting them all together and getting them in in order, and then working with our great
and
CG
the audio,
team, and then audio as well. And it's a labor of love. And we're very proud of what we're going to do. And I know that you guys are going to be happy with it.
I mean, I could pull up a video that Chuck and them did if you want. You think we should do that?
No. But anyway.
I want to, though.
Yeah, no, we're not. Not yet. Not yet. Plausible deniability, Mike, from the second Highlander movie, which is completely speaking of Highlander, I'd met some of the people involved, and it was interesting to hear, like, I don't know, it was like probably around 10 years ago, Christopher Lambert, I had a private conversation with him. He was traveling, and I got to meet and speak with him, and he'd said that they'd been working on bringing it back, and it was going to be another movie, and it was going to disregard everything that had come out after the first Highlander, and they were going to redo it and keep it in line with the premise behind the first one. And he was working hard, and he told me a lot about what was going on. It was incredible to hear it from him, because he was one of the executive producers. And I don't know, there is a great book that has come out on Highlander. So if you're a big fan, two things. One great book that's written on Highlander and the franchise, and there is a new set of trading cards that came out. It's an anniversary set of trading cards, and really, really hard to get. I know that they're out there somewhere, limited run, but I've seen a couple pictures of them, and they're fantastic. So
holy crap! I just looked them up.
Yeah,
they're $349.
Yeah, that wasn't, if you pre-ordered, they were about, I think, $100 and change, like $140 or so. If you pre-ordered, they sold out almost immediately. I wasn't even I'm a big fan. I was not able to get one.
That's the movie, not the movie, but the TV show, right?
No
version or the movie show.
No. The TV show, I have a set. No, we're talking about the movie ones, the anniversary movie ones. They're gone. You can't find them. So they're out there. But anyway, speaking of Highlander, there can be only one. It's true. So guys,
burn out, then fade away.
That's an actor that I would, definitely like to.
Kurgan?
The Kurgan. I would definitely like to meet him. He's done shows. He's done a lot of shows. I mean, he's been out there.
Hey, John, if you're listening, Kurgan, make it happen.
Yeah, no kidding. It'd be awesome to have him on. I would love to.
Better to burn out than fade away.
So, with that said,
listen up. I got something to say.
We have brought up a lot of great stuff. Yes, Clancy Brown. That's right.
Yep.
Thank you.
We're waiting for the video from our next interview, by the way.
In a lot of different.
Mr. Warren, if you can hear me, you're in the green room, sir.
All right. So we have, in our tradition now of interviewing military sci-fi authors, we have Scott Warren in the green room that's going to come up, and he's written.
His video is not coming up, so.
He's written at least 12 books. Yep. So let's hope.
Mr. Warren, if you can fix your video, let me know. You should see that it's not working. So.
All right. So he's going to work on it.
Make it work.
Yeah. So Mr. Scott Warren, he's coming on. We're working on getting him on, and he's got a bunch of really, really cool books. He's going to tell us about them. And we're also expecting Bran, Admiral Bran Stimpson, to come on from Starfleet. So, and then he'll be giving us updates. I did see the new episode of Strange New Worlds today, because it's released on Thursdays. I did watch it today. And
there's a new one?
I didn't. Yeah,
today?
every Thursday. Yeah, so I enjoyed it. Very good. I
Is
really
this the
liked the
final
series.
one?
Not that I know of. I
I
don't think
thought that
it's the
was the
final one.
season
No.
finale. No,
No, I don't think it's a season finale. No, it's
no.
not. As a matter of fact, 100% it's not the season finale because they showed next week's, and next week's
Okay.
is a crossover between Lower Decks and Strange New Worlds.
Oh,
Oh
that'd be
yeah.
fun. I like Lower
Oh
Decks.
yeah. They showed the trailer. I was like, "What?" So, yeah. The ironic how the Kurgan goes from looking like a heavy metal knight to a punk heavy metal rocker in Highlander. Yeah, no kidding, Rob. What a heck! I saw the original Highlander on the. It was a premiere Friday premiere showing of that of the movie itself. So it was on on a Friday, and I remember seeing it in the movies, and it was just tremendous, tremendous. I mean, the director's cut is good too, but they're nothing like the original. So Pike's new Delta is a TOS cannon. Yeah, man. There's some really cool stuff in that Strange New Worlds and the whole Kirk thing and how they set that up, which is really cool. Really, really enjoyed it. I like that stuff. But yeah, hey, guys, we're looking forward to bringing you everything that we can. Chris, did you pick up anything lately that you wanted to? I think you did. You were talking about some stuff, weren't you?
Uh, no, I don't think I can't think of. I already talked about the plot, which was one of the fan fictions.
Yeah.
So I
there
haven't
was
picked up anything since
stuff.
then. I don't think I've picked up stuff for our March Awesome Con booth, which we're getting ready to. They offered us to come back to.
There we go.
Awesome
There's
Con
the other announcement.
yeah.
Awesome Con, Washington D.C. They're moving their convention to their traditional time slot, which is in March. So this coming March 2024, Awesome Con in DC, they've invited us back. They invited Interfleet Broadcasting to come back, and they're giving us a booth again. And we had tremendous success with the booth this past year. So they've invited us back again.
I still have a couple more videos to put out, actually.
Yeah, it was just such a good time. So by March of 2024, the Stranded Warrior will be out, and so we'll bring that with us, and then of course we'll enter it into the festival there. And we're working. Actually, guys, we might as well let you know that we have taken some steps forward. For those of you that have been watching and following us, when we had Joe Carabeo on, we actually screened his trailer for his movie that he's working on, and we also then committed to doing a film festival. So we're moving forward with that as well. So in the near future, IFB is going to actually be hosting its own film festival here in New York City, and it's happening. We have a location, and we have the director of the center where we're going to do it. We actually did a lot of our Stranded Warrior filming. Actually, we did all our filming of the Stranded Warrior at this one particular location, and so the director of it is backing us. So that's Mr. Alexi. Thank you. And so he's part of our team now, and so we will be doing a science fiction / fantasy horror short film festival, and that's another, I mean, you guys had heard it before, but we are committed. It's happening, so we're working out the the fine print on how to put that together. So that's coming up, and hopefully we'll be able to incorporate some of our other past guests and their work as well. And I think we're gonna have a lot of fun with that. We're gonna try to figure out a way to broadcast it as well, so we'll be able to do the selections will be there'll be a live viewing premiere at the location for those that are selected and winners. And then after that, we'll set up some type of streaming of those films that were selected for our film festival. So we haven't named it yet. We're working on tossing around a couple of names and tossing around dates. So you guys, we are doing it for sure. And we're looking forward to that. And Rob Baum, The Dorian Secret. I haven't watched that lately. I have to brush up on it. Yes, Yes, there's a bunch of stuff going on. There's so much good TV, past and present. As a matter of fact, Foundation. I don't know how many of you guys are watching Foundation on Apple Plus. I'm courtesy of well, let's not get into. I'm not sure if Apple Plus is one of those companies being struck, but regardless of that, Foundation is out there, and they dropped the second season, and I've been watching it. I don't know if you guys have watched it. It's very, very good. It's based on Isaac Asimov's books, so that is something we should definitely discuss. I know that Tiny Bean has brought it up before, and I believe that John One also has brought it up. So both of them, unfortunately, are not able to join us tonight because they have other obligations that have pulled them away. They've sent their apologies, and I'm forwarding them to you. And if we can, we will bring up the fundraiser. There's a charity event that Tiny Bean is involved in. She was tapped to be one of the coordinators for it, and therefore could not be with us. So she sends her regrets, but we will bring up a link so that you guys can see that what she's involved in. And so if anybody's interested in supporting the arts and her her activities, we're going to put it up on our Facebook, and then we'll show it up later on in the broadcast. But yeah, so that's unfortunately why they couldn't join us, but that's okay. They will be back. As a matter of fact, John One is going to join us at Dragon Con. He will be there with us, so that's going to be very, very cool. And yes, Rob, they're still mining Asimov's works. Imagine that. I mean, I personally had never read the Foundation books. I read Dune, Frank Herbert's Dune instead. That was the choice that I made. Although I did meet Asimov at a Big Apple convention in New York City about almost now 40 years ago, and it was an interesting encounter. He was, very much into his own persona. He was very much into himself, and I did get his autograph. I waited for it. He made me wait. I waited. I didn't care. It was free, but I did get to talk to him for just a little bit. He wasn't a big fan appreciator. That wasn't his thing, so to speak. He did like doing the panels, and he did like speaking and doing the presentations, but he wasn't so much into the fan accolades. But that was that. I did meet at the same event. I met Harry Harrison, who does the stop motion. So all of the great Jason the Argonauts and all that other stuff that he had done. So I met him and got his autograph as well, and he was quite the opposite. He was a really, really nice guy. And of course, I met at the same event. For those of you that have also met all the Star Trek, the original Star Trek crew, I met James Doohan. It was the first time I got to meet in person, 7 feet away from me was James Doohan talking about, the original Star Trek and the Wrath of Khan. And so it was kind of interesting to hear him, just no filter and just talk about all that stuff. So, just reminiscing a little bit about the old time conventions and scenes. And then, of course, going to the next stuff is just the next level is incredible. I personally never been to Dragon Con, so hopefully I get to see all of you there. I really, really get a kick out of meeting up with you. And then remember that we're also going to have a dinner. So we haven't picked a date yet, but we're going to set that up, and we're going to find a place so that we could all get together and just go out and have a nice dinner together and get to know everyone, which is a tradition that's been going on in at certain conventions for decades and decades. So we want to keep that alive. Dave, I think you sent a picture. I'm going to try to get that to Chris. I don't know if he's going to be able to. I know he's working with our guest to see if we can overcome some of our technical difficulties. And yeah, I mean, it's something that's really, really interesting to get to know, some of our, sometimes you never meant to meet your heroes. Don't ever meet your heroes because sometimes you're disappointed. And that I believe is very, very true. And then sometimes you're not. It's just incredible. Dave Francoeur, a very, very good friend of ours, supporter, and he's got some really cool work that he does on his Facebook page. So if you get a chance, you want to check out some really cool, sci-fi montages of himself in some really cool, shows that we grew up with. Please go check that out. Mediocre Modeler's been cranking out his videos. Incredible stuff, really enjoyable. And of course, Sean Shallow on Battlestar Bulletin Board, the Colonial Warriors, of course, and some of the other. As a matter of fact, you know what? I also wanted to bring up the Colonial Ministry of Defense, CMOD. Many of the members of CMOD have top-notch Battlestar Galactica, classic Battlestar Galactica uniforms and all of the other pieces that go with it. And they came to the Stranded Warrior. They, on their own dime, they came out and they helped us out.
And they brought some really cool stuff that we actually put into the film. We didn't plan to put into the film, but it worked out.
Yeah, it did.
Talk about perfect.
Oh, yeah.
The Lords of Kobol were smiling upon us at that point.
They were, yes, they definitely did.
Or was it Count Iblis?
No, it was not Count Iblis. So CMOD recognized all of the guys for doing what they did, promoting Battlestar Galactica, helping it, thrive, and, helping out with the fan film. So we did put that up both on IFB and on the Stranded Warrior Facebook sites. So I want to make sure that you guys, if you haven't seen that, please go give it a like. I want to thank the guys personally for coming out and helping us out. And it's nice. A lot of times you hear the negative, not the positive so much, and we want to promote that. So thank you very much, guys.
We did. We have a connection with Bran because I screwed the Gorn on that one, but I got him in the right spot. So
okay, cool. So let's have Admiral Bran Stimpson on. There he is. Excellent.
Now I got to turn his audio
Bran,
on.
what's up, buddy?
Give me a second.
Hold on. One more button.
There we go. Now we should be good.
You sure? You got this now?
Yes.
Computer,
have you done this before?
Turn on Bran.
Have you done this before? Just checking. Just want to know if you've done this before. Hi, guys. How we doing now that I logged in, logged out, logged in, logged out, logged in, logged out? I don't know. Was that
Chasing the Gorn?
Chasing the Gorn?
Chasing the Gorn.
They're little and scrambly now. It's kind of hard to catch them, so you might not want to anyway because they're kind of bitey. Hey, no, things are good. Things are good and busy, and I guess up in the air, right, with all the strikes and everything, right? So who knows what's going on? But no, everything's good. We had a great con for Fan Expo a couple of weeks ago, 4th of July weekend. We almost literally sold out of tribbles.
Oh, wow, that's fantastic.
It is actually terrifying and fantastic at the same time. Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4 more shows by the end of the year, I think.
You
and
better
have
start making
30
some more.
tribbles. Yeah, that's kind of
knitting tribbles.
Yeah,
rubbing them together.
It's just put them in a room, and they just populate on their own anyways.
Now, see, in order to make sure that the nice people who adopt our tribbles don't end up with a house full of tribbles. See the Trouble with Edward, the short trek. The whole ship went down, right? I mean, a whole ship went down from that. So we don't want that to happen to our nice people buying them. So we have genetically altered our tribbles so they do not reproduce at the drop of a hat. And it's in our care book that comes with our tribbles. So, so they don't actually grow that. I wish.
That's Gremlins.
Yeah, not that's Gremlins. But yeah, no, I mean. I wish they multiplied like that because making tribbles is it's fun, but it's a task, that's for sure.
A daunting task, but sir, you're doing it for a good cause.
Well, yes, we did, yeah. We were doing it for the Denver Museum of Miniatures, Toys, and Dolls, or something like that. I never get the title right. And they're a really great group of people that are trying to do some modifications to their building they just moved into. It's not handicap accessible, so there's like an entire second floor of like 7,000 square feet they can't use. So they're trying to get an elevator, which is not as cheap as you would think it should be.
Definitely not.
So, yeah. So there's that problem. But no, so we're still actually doing math because we all had to go back to work and all that other fun stuff. So we're not 100% sure how much we raised. So we're doing the math to get that number out. But yeah, no, it was a great show. And this past weekend, we took a weekend off. Everybody had shore leave so that our first officer and our chief medical officer could have their wedding at the local
awesome.
Renaissance Festival. And that was a lot of fun, all in Renaissance kind of garb. I actually had an excuse, so I went out and bought the naval uniform from Generations. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, it came out pretty good. It's a Chinese knockoff, to be honest, and some improvements need to be made, but it worked really well for what we used it for. So got to walk around in that, which actually was really nice and wasn't as hot as I expected. So that was also another fantastic thing. So yeah, that's what we're up to and all the other fun stuff. We have a picnic coming up this weekend to say hi to the new members and get together and just have some fun, and then back to work on tribbles and repairing things and all that stuff we do for the Tiburon. So yeah, that's that. And of course, really enjoying season 2 of Strange New Worlds. Like these, I don't know. These guys are just knocking it so far out of the ballpark that I'm pretty sure it's a different dimension they're in now. Each episode is just fantastic. Last week's, I think, is my most favorite episode so far. And if you haven't watched it, I don't know why. So, you got a problem there. But, Spock being de-vulcanized was hilarious and great. Yeah. It was fantastic. And this week's was really kind of cool, too. I won't say too much about it because most of us probably haven't seen it. But I make the mistake of getting up before work early to watch it before I go. Just so I can do all the stuff that I do about that during the day. So I got up at 6 o'clock this morning to watch it. And another great episode, great Star Trek episode. If you just got to watch it, right? And then of course, things coming up just look fantastic in Strange New World. So thank God they've done filming and all that other fun stuff. So next week is that beginning of that crossover that we've been talking about forever.
To see that one, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We're Mariner and Boimler are on the Enterprise, travel back in time. It ought to be hijinks all over the place. So that looks really fun, and to see them do that, right? Crossover from a cartoon to live action is absolutely fantastic. Because I don't know too many shows that have done that, but in that kind of way anyway. And then supposedly it's got to go the other way around too, right? It's supposed to be Pike is supposed to end up on lower decks. Yeah,
lower decks. Yeah.
But of course, all that is luckily done, so that'll end up happening, and we won't have to wait too long. Hopefully, the strike doesn't take too long. Hopefully, the studios decide that these actors need to be paid and compensated for all the stuff they do, and they don't make the millions we all think they do. So,
no, they don't.
True. Bran, speaking of costumes and cosplay, what did you think of Pike's green shirt?
I actually liked so in season 1, there was a wrap, which is a lot like this one, has the printed deltas on it. I have that one already. I really liked the newer one. I think they just took that to the next notch. They cleaned it up. I think it looks so much better. I actually really liked the Spock outfit too. That green Vulcan outfit looked really awesome as well. Yeah. But I mean, the costuming in the show is fantastic. The one thing I appreciate is they're all equal seams. So it's not like Discovery, where part of it is up here and part of it's up. I don't know why they did that, but asymmetrical stuff, I don't know.
Yeah.
It looks futuristic, right? I'm like, no, it doesn't. It just looks funky. But yeah, no, that green wrap was fantastic. For those that watch this week's, Pike has a temporary promotion. So he has a different badge, which apparently is how they denote that in this uniform. So another thing to buy is someday in my life. Sink more money into stuff, right?
Oh, of course.
But no, it's just
Mike's got a good question. Did you?
Oh, Mike's got a great question.
But did you love Spock's regulation beanie?
Well, I mean, my wife was actually just literally asking me that a few minutes ago because we were watching some of the extras that are on Paramount Plus, and that was it. Of course, she comes out in the beanie, and I'm like, of course I want the beanie. Who wouldn't want the beanie? And if you haven't been on social media, there's a lot of people who have replaced the beanie with the 70s Spock police helmet.
Oh no! Oh no! I gotta look for one of those.
Yeah, it'll never go away. That police helmet, you wonder back in the day why they did marketing that way. It's like, hey, we're gonna make a police siren helmet and slap Star Trek on it. Okay. Wow. And now you can't even get good stuff nowadays. So I mean, I don't know. But no, that beanie was awesome. And yes, I'll be spending money, I'm sure, when somebody makes one, because I'm sure that'll happen.
Oh yeah. Good
but
stuff.
Yeah, no.
It's
fantastic.
Great. It's a good time to be a fan. I'm just wondering, there was a lot of talk initially, right when SAG hit the hit everybody with the strike order. One of the listings, one of the bullets was conventions, period. And so everybody's worried about them not making the shows. And then there was, I read an article that there's a convention out there that at least up until last week, the actors were going to be at the show and they were going to allow fans to bring anything they wanted to get signed.
Yes.
So you could bring something, like that has them in their uniform in character, but they themselves will only have, I guess, like headshots, right? Without promoting the industry. So that's
the show. Yeah. So it's the Star Trek Las Vegas Con, I think, is the big one that's coming. And of course, San Diego Comic-Con is right now, which is probably more affected because San Diego Comic-Con, for those who don't know, a lot of those big panels are all put out by the shows, and so I know there's still a lot of Star Trek panels happening, but if you read the descriptions, it's all the directors and it's the editors and it's the graphics people, which is really cool. I still like listening to all those. It's just none of the actors. As a matter of fact, if you are going to San Diego Comic-Con, they are showing next week's episode at Comic-Con before it's on the air, so you could get a preview of Lower Decks on the Enterprise. But yeah, so there's a lot of questions. We have a bunch of members going. I am not going this year, unfortunately. Work just didn't work out that way. But
we couldn't get tickets, so
yeah. Well, it's a little hard. It's a little expensive. But so there's a lot of conversation. Yeah, they can't bring their own shots. You can bring stuff for them to sign. They can't talk about any of the shows, past, present, future, which makes panels kind of silly. I mean, Doug Jones, right? He could talk about everything in the world because he's done everything. But I mean, so it should be interesting. You're starting to see some actors cancel. I don't know if it's related to the strike or not, or it's just stuff that's going on. Like Kate Mulgrew canceled, like I think yesterday, and then Robert Duncan McNeil, Paris from Voyager, canceled today. But again, don't know if that's connected to the, the strike or not. Michelle Hurd, who of course played Raffi in Picard season 1, 2, and 3, she's involved in the negotiations and has been kind of talking to the union to try to get some leniency for the conventions, because while, I guess the conventions, the Creation Convention or Creation Entertainment that runs Star Trek Las Vegas is not an official convention anymore.
It's not.
So it's not the official Star Trek convention anymore. That was actually moved 2 years ago over to the one that does New York Comic Con, Reed Pop.
Really?
Yeah, and they did Mission Chicago, and then this year was supposed to be Mission Seattle, but that got canceled. So I don't know why, obviously, but it was canceled.
Wow.
And but that was a long time before long time before this was even talked about. So Star Trek Las Vegas is now called the 57-year mission. They're not backed by Paramount. It's not the official convention, but it is going to be affected, I would imagine, pretty majorly by this stuff, because unless, obviously, in the next 2 weeks, I think is about what it is, that this gets settled and then the actors are allowed to do their stuff again and everything moves forward. But I guess we'll see. Your conventions are going to get hit pretty hard because, and it's really kind of weird because while you're going to a convention to promote a show, like I would go because I love Star Trek, obviously, but it's to meet these actors that take these characters and bring them to life and week after week and year after year, decades after decades, and
yeah, it's celebration of their talent. Yeah,
exactly. And not really the show, but more their talent. Right. So I hope that the union and all the production companies can kind of get together and do what needs to be done so that we can all enjoy our shows again and not too affected. Obviously, there are 2 new Star Trek shows that are supposed to go into production, plus the 2 that are already, 4. So Prodigy, of course, was canceled, but season 2 of Prodigy is being finished because it's already in post. And then I guess Paramount is going to try to sell it around to see who might pick it up. Don't really know why Prodigy got canceled. It's up for a bunch of awards and stuff for children's TV, so it's not like it's a bad show. And it's not a bad show. There's some cool stuff there. But of course, we have the Academy series that's supposed to be coming out. The Section 31 movie that's supposed to be coming out, which rumor has it is supposed to begin filming in October, which of course right now who knows. And then production on the final season of Discovery, which they had to go back into production to kind of refilm some stuff and change some stuff due to the going from being the 5th season to the final season. That's now stopped. Some of it I think is in post, if I remember hearing right, but not all of it. So there's still some more refilming and voiceover probably to do to fix some stuff. And then of course so we'll have Lower Decks that will come out, and then everything else after that is in question because it hasn't been finished. So now we're in limbo for Star Trek shows, but I really want more Star Trek, especially Strange New Worlds. I mean, that's been fantastic.
That's been top. Yeah. If I was to pick one right now, I think that would be my favorite of the season, or not seasons, but episodes or
the series currently on. I agree with you 100%. I mean, they've got an incredible cast. Carol Kane joined the cast. I mean, first off, there's just a name, right? I mean, she's been around forever doing all sorts of stuff. And Pelia is a fantastic character. It'd be nice if they used her a little more. Maybe that's coming in the next couple episodes. We're halfway through the season, so 5 more. And then all the actors in that and actresses in that show have just, I think, hit it on the head and seem to be a really good group of people, which makes, I think, it even better.
They gel really well.
They really do. So that's fantastic. But that's the world of Star Trek right now. It's kind of the world of every TV show. It's kind of like, what's next? So I guess we have to sit around and find out.
Hope comes back, like you said. I watched a Netflix had a is sort of like a documentary. It was a sit down with Leonard Nimoy and William Shatner. It's like around 20 years old.
Wow.
And it had escaped me. I hadn't seen it. And they're in the backyard of Leonard Nimoy's home, and they have a candid conversation between the two of them. I don't know if that rings any bells with you, but I just watched it a couple of days ago, and I thought it was phenomenal. Like, they talk about, what the show meant to them, what they went through to get to, where they were in that moment in time. And there were things that I'm a lifelong Star Trek fan, and I've read books, and I've read all kinds of articles and stories, and there was stuff there that I just blew me away.
What was the name of it, Pete?
Off the top of my head, I don't recall, and I will get it up though. And I don't know. I was kind of hoping maybe Bran, maybe you've seen it in the past. I mean, it's 20 years old or more. So
I think I've seen what you're talking about. It sounds very familiar, but I don't remember the name off the top of my head either. But there's some great documentaries out there, and the cool thing about all of them is even if you're a lifelong Trek fan and you watch them, there's just these little nuggets that come out that you don't 100% know. It's like at Fan Expo here in Denver, we had Jonathan Frakes, Brent Spiner, Michael Dorn, and I just forgot her name, Gates McFadden. And at first, normally I don't do panels because I'm running our booth and stuff, so I don't bother with the panels. I let the members go and have their fun. But it was like, oh my God, I should have gone to this panel because I completely forgot they have a whole new season of Star Trek to talk about that I've never heard them tell stories about. And there's always new stories. I've seen Bill Shatner, I don't know, dozen times now. And there's always something new because he's always talking about some crazy thing, trees a lot of the time, horses, obviously. But it's always great because there's always more, even from the stars that have been from the original series. It's now 57 years old almost. It's still great to hear some things and the stories about that, right? Like, I know, like, Leonard and his kids and his wife, like, they responded to all the fan mail personally back then. It was all delivered to them. There's pictures that that Adam Nimoy has, that like they're sitting around a table and the mail is piled up like it would look today, of fan letters, and Leonard tried to answer all of them as he could, because it really seemed like he had the knowledge that the fans were going to keep the show alive as much as they could.
That's
and then,
fantastic.
you know,
Oh yeah. I mean,
it's really,
they were talking like they spoke about how their characters, you know, took on a bigger than life influence on them, and where they were coming from. So, you know, Nimoy was saying how he'd come out of the army, and you know, the way he approached, you know, the business, you know, he was seeing it as you know, like it was a family, and you know, the relationships that he had with his fellow actors, and then the producers and where they were, and then the reality of what that was, you know, was like his perception, and what was really going on was off, and it took him a while to get in place. And then his style of acting, right? So he was in character a lot of the time, and he also mentioned how it took him a lot, many years. That he was driving a cab till he made it, and William Shatner was like, you know, he says, "Well, that wasn't my experience. Like he didn't have to struggle like Nimoy did," and he made it a point to say, like, at the end of the day, right? You know, the cigarettes came out, and they were just hanging out, and then next day he'd come back to reprise his role as Captain Kirk. While, you know, Nimoy was saying like he was struggling with, you know, how do you turn it on and off, because he was so into it. I thought that was like, wow, I didn't know that
was
stuff.
The one of the people, one of their, I think Robert Baum put it up. Was it called Shatner's Raw Nerve?
I don't know. It depends on when that was made. I'll definitely get it back up, guys, and let everyone know. But yeah, maybe it was.
There you go.
Let's see. Yeah, original star code. Yeah, intimate conversation. Two old friends reminisce. That's it. Yeah, okay. That's it. Yep, that's it. Thank you, guys.
Season 1, Episode 7. Yeah. Robert Baum strikes again.
Yeah, it was really, really good. So I don't know, Bran. I'm sure you probably still. It's old. It's been out there. I just struggled. I stumbled on it the other day, and I watched it, and I was like, oh my god, it's so freaking cool. And it gave a little insight on context, because we know that Shatner really never got it right. It was just another job, and he was pretty successful, and he would go from one to the other. But Nimoy didn't see it that way, you know. And he said he had to go to therapy to get, you know, to get everything into the context that it had to be, because he thought it was a big family thing. Like what I was getting from it, Brand, was that he was looking at it also from a military point of view. I know that Nimoy was an NCO. And, you know, you come from an organization that tends to be, you know, they kind of look out for each other. And then you get into this something else, and everybody's in it for themselves. It doesn't, you know. So I don't know. I just thought it was cool.
I mean, it is funny how you see the different actors kind of approach the things. Like Patrick Stewart in season 1 of Next Gen was very serious, yelled at the crew, all the cast, like, stop goofing off. We're not here to goof off. We're here to act. Right. Yeah, He talks about it. There's a big meeting that he had with the cast, and it was like, we got to stop this tomfoolery stuff, which of course never did, because I can't imagine Jonathan Frakes and all the guys being normal, I guess.
Yeah, no kidding.
Because I mean, you get those guys on stage, and it's just there's no controlling them. They're just off on their own, doing their own thing, and poking fun at each other and all that other fun stuff. So I mean, it's great. You know, and no, it always seemed like Nimoy and some of the others got it, while Bill did not. And I think, as you see, like, well, I know Nimoy and even Will Wheaton for a while kind of like was anti-Trek, right? Because it was kind of all consuming. I mean, Will Wheaton's got a bunch of different things going on there. So, but, you know, and then to come back to it and realize that, you know, it's not as bad, or it's not as all consuming. I mean, Leonard was fantastic. You think about it and you look at some of the other actors that were up for some of these roles, and you're like, I don't see that actor doing this role very well. I mean, Voyager's a great experience with that. They hired a different captain, right? It was Genevieve Boudreau, I think is her name.
Yes, that's right.
And she made it like literally through a half an episode of filming, and then it was too much for her. I mean, filming for Star Trek, the actors will tell you they're 14, 15-hour days, and then you're back at 6 o'clock the next morning. So it's go, go, go. And it's not, I guess, normal filming. It's not an 8 to 5 job, right? Definitely.
Wow.
No, it definitely isn't.
Yeah.
I remember hearing about that. And then, so the original captain, right? And she couldn't deal with like the mumbo jumbo and the terms, and she was just like, I'm out. See it. Thanks.
I'm out. Yeah. And you know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. If you know your limitations, that's great, and nothing against her, obviously. I mean, that probably was a smart choice. I believe also she had young kids or something. I don't remember the full story at the moment, but if you have well, it's probably on the internet now too, come think of it, but there's those scenes that she did film are on, I believe, the season 1 of Voyager DVD set, Blu-ray set, whichever, and you can see her do it. And completely different take on the character than Kate Mulgrew came in with. So, I mean, and Kate just is Janeway, right? I mean, you can't really, it's just like, I don't know, you look at some of the other ones and you're just like, I can't imagine anybody else being, you know, Picard or Cisco or Janeway or even Kirk, right? I mean, Chris Pine and now Paul Weasley, Weasley, whichever one of those two, you know, has their own takes on it. It's not just trying to reproduce what Bill did. It's a little variation, and they're all different just because, you know, you can't. I think
he's doing a good job.
Paul, I think he's doing a really good job. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. He's good. I take it.
I mean, that the time traveling episode with Lon a few weeks ago, that was fantastic.
Mm-hmm. It was.
I mean,
thought it was really good.
It was a car chase scene, even. I mean, come on.
The
car chase scene.
No, it was good. It was,
and
really
they had
good.
a cool car, so
that did help. Yeah,
the Dodge was amazing. So
I think the whole
mediocre modeler will appreciate that statement.
Oh heck yeah! there was a lot of back and forth on some of the groups. They were discussing. Someone made the comparison to city that Strange New Worlds has now, you know, done their own city on the edge of forever, and that kind of like blew up a little bit, and it was like, all right, well, you know, City on the Edge of Forever is here, you know, I mean, it's a classic and it's whatever, but you know, I don't know if it's exactly there, but it's definitely somewhere in there. It's a really good episode. I thought it was really good. I enjoyed it a lot.
I think the showrunners and writers for Strange New Worlds are doing, you know, some tough stuff, right? I mean, today's episode is definitely not a not tough thing. It's really hard. Lalonde a couple of weeks ago facing all her fears and stuff and the anger inside her. So I think it's great to see that kind of stuff come back around that really makes Star Trek is hitting those kind of social, I guess, issues. You know, nothing against Disco or Strange New Worlds, Lower Decks, which Lower Decks does it in their own way, right? But I mean, it's just
and
all
it's fun
sorts
too.
of broken sarcasm. Oh, it's great.
Oh yeah.
If you get a chance, and you mentioned Janeway, I just finished the autobiography of Catherine Janeway, which was a book, audiobook. The audiobook was great. So yeah, it's a slow start, but it's amazing. Yeah, it's a good backstory to how she became what she was, and the only thing I could complain on was it was a little fast towards the ending. So
wrapped up kind of quick.
Yeah, it did wrap up like it's like, oh, I got to get this through to my editor.
so
that's too bad.
The autobiography of Benjamin Sisko is coming out this fall.
Oh, cool!
And it's in the same style, and of course the
same author. Do you know?
I don't know if I'm probably the same author, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah. And then of course the Picard one came out first, so
yeah.
So this is the third one.
Brand,
I guess. And the Strange New Worlds book by Pete, help me again.
Oh, J.J. Miller.
J.J. Miller was amazing. It was a really good. It brings back the Old West episode of Star Trek. So
gotcha.
Tholians.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah,
I have to look that one up.
Yeah, that one's a good book too. Or it was a good audio book.
Speaking of books and audiobooks, the oh my god, I just forgot what the name of the book is, but Garrick, Andrew Robinson they just did the audiobook for his Stitch in Time, and if you haven't read that book, you really need to read it. The audiobook is about to come out, but he did a fantastic job, and
excellent.
he actually wrote it. It wasn't even ghost
Yeah,
written,
it
or
was
he
him.
wrote it. So yeah, it was Andrew.
Yeah.
So it's
I
a
read it
fantastic book
when
too.
it
So
came out, but I
yeah,
wanted
I
to
have my copy
mention
too.
that I didn't know till just a little while ago, like actually this year, I didn't know that DeForest Kelley had written his own book.
What?
So yeah,
Oh,
DeForest Kelley, yeah, and it's out there. So I tracked one down. So I'm going to be getting that very soon, and because I'm very curious to know a little bit more about his take on things. So yeah, imagine I
oh,
didn't
that
know. I
sounds
mean,
interesting.
Nichelle Nichols have hers.
Yeah,
I've had her book. I've read William Shatner's a couple of his. Leonard Nimoy, of course, but DeForest Kelley, I was like, oh yeah, I'm getting it. I'm definitely getting it.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I could have to find that one. You have to send me the name of that one because I don't know
All
about
right, I
that one.
will. Absolutely.
You don't have
Absolutely.
to. I got it.
You got it?
Oh,
Okay.
I think I got
well, you
it.
still got to send it to me because, like, I'll have to go back and watch this
Is this it?
episode. God, I
Uh,
don't want to see
yeah.
myself.
Up close and personal. Yeah, that's it.
Is this it?
Oh,
Yeah, that's
That,
it.
that's the author's Catherine Smith on that one.
Yeah.
hmm.
There's that, and there's got to be another one. Yeah. See, there's that. That's from 2015,
Mm-hmm.
right? No, when was that published? Because he wrote. There was one that I found that I was like, wait a minute, this came out a while ago, and it wasn't 2015. There you go, the one with him, right there. See where it says that one from Sawdust. That's it. That biography of DeForest Kelley. There you go.
But it's not by him, but it's
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
Hmm.
That's the paperback. When was that originally published?
it is 2005.
That's the paperback though release. I don't know if that is that the actual hardback release
Oh, I have no clue.
because I didn't even know that came out. So I was like, oh, I'm definitely that's one. That's the one from Sawdust to Stardust. That's the book I'm gonna get. That's the one I was talking about, Bran. So whatever it's
I
worth.
noticed they don't have an audiobook, so
Yeah,
Oh,
you're not.
yeah.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna read that. That's a quick read.
Nothing for the tipsy, huh? Okay.
no audiobook. I don't have time to
So,
read.
so you're mentioning that Cylons can't read? Is that what I'm getting from this? Okay.
Cylons,
That's how I'm taking this.
Cylons suck up the information faster, so therefore
Yeah,
it needs an audio wise.
in 0 1s and 1 0s and 1
That's it.
1s. Yeah.
One.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
1
Gotcha.
0
All right.
0 0 1 1 1 0
Yes.
0 1.
Rob Baum says, I think it was published posthumously. That's probably what it was. but
Probably.
yeah, I definitely want to
Sounds
read up
about right.
more on D. Kelly. So I'll keep you posted.
Yeah, he's got
Yeah.
a wonderful career before Star Trek. So a
I
lot of
find it
westerns.
interesting about the pinky ring.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they all have weird things, don't they? I mean, Jimmy was missing a finger because of the war.
Yeah, the war.
Yeah.
Yep.
And DeForest and his pinky ring that, if I remember correctly, he wouldn't take it off during
Right.
production.
No, you wouldn't
if I
take it
remember
off.
right. Yeah. And like it's obviously it meant something. So that's
Yeah,
what
it was a memory of his wife. I think it was. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think wife. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. I can't remember. I'm old.
No, yeah, I mean, we're going back now.
What did I have for breakfast? I don't remember.
What I have 10 minutes
What
ago.
did I have for breakfast? Oh, wait a minute. 80s song lyrics? No problem.
Yeah, now you're talking. There you
Yeah,
go.
exactly. There you go. That's right. Absolutely.
Awesome. So, Bran, you're not going to be. You're going to be doing you're not doing Vegas convention.
No, not making it.
What's
Nope.
the next convention you're doing?
Sad. We have a convention towards the end of August up in Fort Collins, Colorado, called FOCO, Fort Collins Comic Con. One of our members and a really good friend has been putting that on since it started. It's a great little show. They don't have a lot of guests. They have a lot of artists and that kind of stuff for comics. The biggest guest they had, I guess, was probably Richard Hatch. The year he passed away, as a matter of fact.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
But they don't bring a lot of stars in because it's a community kind of thing.
Okay.
So we take part of our display up there and we hang out and we support that. They just changed charities, or I would mention what the charity is, and I forgot what it is. But it's a great group of people up there in Fort Collins. I mean, Fort Collins is wonderful by itself, but big old town up there, college town. But so that's our next show. And then after that is the Colorado Festival of Horror, Land Fest. I'm missing one. I'm horrible at remembering things. I think there's another one out there somewhere.
All right. Well, you're staying busy. You're staying busy.
Oh,
Yeah,
the Tiburon is definitely never not busy.
Yeah, we need to get back out to. We need to get back out to the Denver Comic. The Denver was it Denver Comic? It's not Denver Comic Con.
Fan Expo Denver.
Yeah.
It was Denver Pop Culture Con. Yeah.
Yes.
It was.
I need to get back out there so I can get another Athena omelet.
Yep, still there. Still there. So no worries.
What was the name of the? What's the name of that place?
Sam's number 3.
Sam's number 3. That's it.
Sam's number 3. That's right.
Athena's. If you got a chance and you're in Denver and you're on a layover, get an Athena omelet because why not?
Don't do it if you're in a layover. Don't listen to Tipsy. It's the airport is like 65 miles away from downtown Denver. You're not going to get back and forth unless you have like an overnight layover. Then go for it. But if you got like a 2-hour layover, don't try.
But you need an Athena omelet. That's all there is to it.
You probably need to get back on that plane to get to your next stop. More than you need that omelet, my friend.
That's true.
I think so anyway, but I could be wrong.
Hey, Athena is much more important.
Okay. Bran, thank you so much for sharing your time with us and giving us the updates. We always love having you on. Looking forward to the next one, and keep us posted on the Tribble situation. If you're gonna put it up on the website, if you're gonna have it up, let us know so that we can put it up as well and support the charities that you're doing. We want to make sure that we're doing that. Okay.
I think you need to make a naked Tribble. So for those people who are allergic to Tribble fur,
a naked Tribble. We are working on a Borg Tribble.
Oh boy,
that will be Borgified. There's a horror Tribble. Not even sure what that would be, but hey, because we do the Colorado Festival horror. Yeah, it's got. Well, they did make one. It's right here actually. This is the Mirror Universe Tribble that came out from. I don't even know who made this anymore. It's a QMX. I don't know if you can see that. Where's his teeth? Where the heck is his teeth?
Oh boy,
he's got teeth. Where's his teeth?
Oh boy,
you know what? I'm gonna take him out of the container. Here we go. He's got teeth.
It's not worth anything now because he unwrapped it.
Oh, look at that. Oh, he's got fangs, man.
It's this way. It's this way. I had it sideways. Not this way. It's this way. Things bite up and down, right? Okay. It's space. They could be sideways.
Like animal.
Yeah.
It does. Man. Yeah. He's got fangs. This wasn't worth much a long time ago. Because it's been out many times. But the container's really cool because it looks like a cage. It's really kind of cool. I don't know if you can see the little air holes that are here.
That's cool. Man.
Yeah. QMX did a really cool job.
That's awesome.
Backwards, but always stuff everywhere.
Keep us
Absolutely.
posted. We'll put it up.
Of course.
We'd love to help out with the charity.
Robert Baum came up with your best tagline for your new Borg Tribble. A Borg Tribble, irresistibility is futile.
Oh, I like that. I do like that. I do like that. Oh, aquatic Tribbles. That's the other thing that was being talked about. Aquatic Tribbles.
Aquatic Tribbles. So they're waterproof.
That would be, it was a joke based on, those little scrubby poof things that everybody uses nowadays.
Yeah.
They kind of look like Tribbles. That was the joke, that we should do aquatic Tribbles.
Puff.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that is so cool. Professor Patton is on with us. Thank you very much for joining us, Professor. And we had someone on, who else? There was one other that we want. Fantastic Queen. Thank you for joining us as well. Appreciate the support. And we're wrapping up here with Admiral Bran Stimpson from STARFLEET.
Robert, you're in the wrong movie.
Yeah,
so when they multiply when they're wet, and no,
not these. Absolutely not.
Not these. They multiply when they eat.
Yeah,
not when they're wet. That's the other franchise. We can't cross those streams.
Don't cross those streams.
Not at all. Bran, thank you so much for coming on.
Guys.
We appreciate it. You keep us in the loop, and like I said, as soon as you're ready to push out some more of those tribbles for charity, let's try to help you out as best we can.
Yep,
I appreciate that. Absolutely.
Naked mole Tribble. We need those.
Yeah. Are you? How many do you have?
When you read a book, see, I'll make a naked mole Tribble. You gotta read. I want to see you read a book.
Okay, Man, so it's not happening. So.
How many Tribbles do we have? Well, let's see. If our count is correct, and we haven't wanted to go back and touch everything because after a convention, as you guys probably know, we set up that huge display. It takes hours. We don't want to see it for a few weeks. So we haven't got back to count. But if our numbers are correct, we sold 230-ish of 300. So we got 70 to make it through the end. And they're mostly not the cool colors anymore. They're mostly the original series browns and tans, not any more pinks that are behind me there and all the other fun stuff.
And how much are they?
They are $10. When we sell them, they're $10. They come with the Tribble, which is a pretty good size. Do I have one sitting here? I used to. Oh, well, he's one. Well, this is one of our smaller ones, but this is about the size. So I don't know how well you can kind of judge size on a camera, but I'm hanging. I don't know what I'm hanging on to. This was Pinky. No, this was Pinky, yeah. Oh, there we are. So which way? Oh, there we go. Everything's backwards.
With the face mask.
This one's masked. Yeah, this one's masked for safety. But that's about the size of them, so they're pretty big. So he's $10, and he comes with a Tribble Care book, which I don't have laying around.
So I got some people asking if they can get a mating pair so they can breed them. We have people that come back constantly. They'll come back every day of the convention. So Fan Expo is a 3-day convention. They'll come back every day and buy a different color. Or every year we have people that come back and say, okay, I need the new one. What's the new color? Because we do try to keep the colors changing. I get it. So they're breeding them. I got it. So they're
So we try to do the screen accurate Canon pink from the animated series, which everybody forgets about. And then we do have the browns and the grays from the original series. And then we had this fiery red and black one that sold out so fast this year. It was pretty impressive. So.
No, I actually have a Deep Space Nine Tribble over here. Did I show you that one yet? Have you seen it?
I don't. From the show,
I have an actual Tribble from the Deep Space Nine remake.
Did it hit Cisco in the head?
Yep.
I mean, I want to see the COA for that.
This is. Yep. No, I have it.
Oh,
so here it is.
Oh yeah.
This is an actual Tribble from the Deep Space Nine episode.
Oh, that's cool.
You have to send me some good pictures of that. That's about the same size as our guys. Yeah.
There it is.
Same size. Oh, there you go.
And then I have the letter that the person bought it from.
Sweet.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool. And how does that work with your Cylon circuitry? Does that work out okay?
It's okay. I mean, they don't. The hair kind of gets.
It's in the Subaru.
The hair gets in the way sometimes, but. It's like it's like a cat. You're done.
You don't have a mouth sliding.
Little hairball. We're done. Yeah, it get kind of mixed in with the oil in the hair, and
Bran, one last comment. John Repper wants to know: do you sell the Gromer, the Tribble Predator?
Oh, that's a glommer. That's a glommer. Okay. No, we don't, but you can get it out there. And I just forgot the name of the company. You know what? I have one. He's in storage at the moment. But if you go to, what's his website? TribbleToys.com. These are the official licensed ones. And it's actually made by the guys that invented it, whose name is just right out my freaking brain. But it's actually, they're a little bit bigger than ours. Yep, there you go, TribbleToys.com. And it's got a motor in it that makes noise. Ours do not, obviously, because we don't want to infringe on our friends. But he's got a motor. He'll squeal and he purrs. But they also have a glommer that's on the site somewhere.
Look, I don't see it.
Oh, boy.
I don't know if you can hear that. He's
that's
vibrating
awesome.
like crazy.
The black alert Tribble.
Yeah, they do have, he's up there. Oh, way over there. Oh, would you stop now? See, this is why you don't turn these things on.
No kidding. That's so cool, though. All right.
I'll do it. But yeah, you can get them online. There's a glommer on there somewhere, or there used to be. Maybe he's out right now. But
I don't see it. Yeah. Cheetah.
So yeah, it's there because that's where I bought it from. But yeah, so anybody who doesn't know what a glommer is, so in the animated series, the Klingons mutated an animal called a glommer. It's a 3-legged, looks like a Tribble with 3 legs and 2 eye sockets. I'm surprised it's not on there because that's who sold them. But yeah, I bought one
Black Alert
2 years back. Yeah, they did a bunch of Tribbles for Discovery. There's a mirror Tribble in there.
There we go. I knew they had one. The hairless Tribble.
Looks like a rock.
It looks like a rock. Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. There you go. So wait, I can go out in my garden and get some of those, and I can sell them to you.
There's your mirror universe. Yeah.
There's a mirror universe there. Yep. All right. Well, let's definitely support Bran and Starfleet and their charity.
There's the Triple Leashes.
Yeah.
And the Tardigrade. That Glamour's got to be on there. I'm surprised.
Triple Food.
Yeah. So let's just make sure that
Triple
we
uniforms.
Let's go with hey Chris, let's go with the charity first before
definitely.
The commercialized because we definitely want to support Starfleet, and we want to make sure that charity goes to charity, and the other stuff's all fun and games too. But right here and now, I think we're gonna throw our Tribble in your corner, and hopefully we get some support. But looking forward to the next one, Bran. Thank you so much for hanging with us.
See you in a few weeks. Absolutely, anytime.
All right, appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, no problem, guys. Live long and prosper, everybody. Have a good one. Be safe. Take care of each other.
Well, so we covered a lot of stuff. We went all over the place, but it was fun.
Chase that squirrel.
We did a little. So I think, Chris, we're gonna have our author friend back.
Yep. Evidently, we had some connection problems. So
yeah, there was some technical issues that we could not overcome for this time, but we're definitely gonna have him come back. So that's okay. Nevertheless, I think we had a really, really nice time here with everybody.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to having you again. Remember, there's Dragon Con coming up, and September 17th is going to be the Galactica Day. It's our anniversary. We'll be starting our 4th season. Thanks to you guys. Appreciate it. And we'll have more updates on the Stranded Warrior as things move forward. And
I would just want to mention that go check your Facebook pages.
Oh man, please, guys, please
go look at those things, because I see all of these people that are on tonight, as a matter of fact, that we've invited that haven't actually followed us.
Yeah, you got to follow us, guys. Please
go to your Facebook page and click the follow button in the top right hand corner.
Please,
if you could,
the follow button.
If you want to, you can go to YouTube or Twitch, or Twitter, and follow us there if you have those as well. But just let you know, please reach out, do that so we can get some followers, and that helps us at the conventions and everything else when we walk up.
Yeah, it gives us better access when we do have the applications for it. That's how we get in. We show the followers, and especially you guys. You guys are the closest to us. You guys come on live, and we appreciate you, and everybody that watches afterwards as well. I mean, in the thousands. I can't believe that interview we did with our actors, the background actors that helped us on Stranded Warrior. It's, I think, 18,000 views.
Yeah.
So it's mind blowing. Thank you very much, everybody. So please don't forget to follow us. And we've invited you multiple times, some of you. So please, and then we look forward to the next one.
Don't make the Imperious leader come out and get you. And then of course next week we will be covering. My camera's
next
off.
Week we got.
It didn't work.
Nope.
Okay.
Next
week we'll be covering the. Hang on, let me roll over.
You're gonna get it? Yeah. So we're definitely gonna be doing. There we go. Folly of the Gods. Oh, and we have some artwork to share with you guys.
Yes.
Because we actually purchased some from eBay. Some of the pages that are still left out there. I have 2 pages. I think Chris also has 2 pages.
The artwork in this thing is just amazing.
It is. It really, really is cool. So yeah, we'll be doing that. We're going to start that next week. So guys, take care and keep the faith. And as we say,
how much beer you got left, Pete?
I got this much.
Oh my God, Pete, you need to chug that.
I'm not going to chug this. I'm going to lose my sight if I chug this.
No, it's gingerbread. It's good for you.
Not gingerbread.
It's good for you.
Fans fuel the fleet. Take care, everybody.
Yep. So thank you for joining us, and because the fans do make a difference. So fans fuel the fleet. Here's to you.
Thanks, guys. Oh boy.
Chug it, Pete. Chug it. Chug that gingerbread beer, you wimp. It's like drinking a gingerbread cookie. Come on, Pete. Come on, do it.